recording now is Greater Waterbury Transit District. We're starting our meeting. I just would like to let you know I got a message from Betty Bayek. She is unable to join us this morning. She's got some issues with her dog. So if possible, is it possible that Mary, who's the vice chair, would you be able to lead the meeting today? Mary Marone?
Yes, I'm here.
Would you be able to facilitate the meeting, or would you like me to do so?
No, I don't mind. I guess I can do it.
Okay, great. Do you have the meeting agenda? I've also got the meeting agenda here
I have
on the
agenda.
screen.
Yep,
Okay,
I'm ready.
great.
Are we ready to start?
We are ready to start. The meeting is being recorded.
All right, so I'll call the December 13th Greater Waterbury Transit meeting to order. We'll do a roll call. Joanne?
Okay. And hold on a second. From Cheshire, Stephanie Thoreau. Okay.
I'm
Alita,
here.
great. Thank you, Stephanie. Alita Looker.
I'm here.
Great. Thank you. From, let's see here, Middlebury, Joanne Capoletti.
I'm here.
Thank you. From Naugatuck, David Keller.
Present.
Thank you, David. Thank you. And I just want to welcome David. He's a new representative from Naugatuck. Thank you. Jan Mizeski, are you here? Or I'm sorry, Jan, I'm not sure how, Jan or Jan, are you here? Nope. Okay. Betty is not available. Kathy Anderson, I believe she, is Kathy here from Southbury? Okay. Thomaston, Debbie Berneville. Yep, she is here. She's participating through the chat at the moment. And let's see here. We've got Waterbury, Karen Harvey.
Good morning. I'm here.
Thank you, Karen. Waterbury, Christopher Vega. No? Okay. Waterbury, Jackie Butler Thomas. No? Okay. From Wolcott, Mary Marone.
Present.
Okay. And joining us as guests, we have Maria Vecchiarelli. Are you here? Yes, I believe she was here.
My name was not called.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who am I?
Myra Lavasser, the Waterbury Senior Center.
Apologies. Many apologies, Mira. Thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.
And let's see here. Maria Vecchiarelli? No? Okay. And then joining us from the Naugatuck+Valley Council of Governments, Richard Donovan. Yep. Want to say hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Joanna Rogalski. We've also got Trish Bauer.
Hello.
And do we have someone from the Kennedy Collective? I believe Meg, are you on the call? Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. She's from the Kennedy Collective as a guest. Okay. We've done the roll call. It's back to you, Mary.
Do we have any public comment?
We did not receive any to date.
Okay, I'll take a motion for approval of minutes, the September meeting, September 2023 minutes.
I'll make that motion. Joanne Capoletti.
And I have Mrs. Bourneville also has a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Take approval. We have the schedule for 2024 was sent out. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll take a motion to approve the schedule for 2024.
So moved.
Okay, second from Ms. Bourneville.
And who was the first? If you could please.
Joanne Capoletti.
Joanne Capoletti. Thank you.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Okay, that motion passes. An election of treasurer. And that's going to be, who do we have down for the treasurer?
So if I may, Mary?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened was Lisa Carew, who was the treasurer, has resigned,
Right.
and we have approached Debbie Bourneval to become the new treasurer of the Greater Waterbury Transit District. So
Okay.
we need to have a formal election on that.
Okay. So, we'll have to set something up then, or we can just,
We can do it right now if you'd like.
vote?
Are there any candidates from the floor?
Sure.
anybody else interested in being the treasurer? Any nominees?
No.
No? Okay, well, I'll take a motion for Debbie Bourneval then. I'll nominate Debbie Bourneval then. Do I have a second?
Myra
I'll
Lavasser, second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, motion passes.
And if I could just repeat, who was the first on that?
That would be me, Mary.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mary.
Myra second.
Got it.
All
Mhm.
right. Congratulations. You are now our treasurer.
And Trish Bauer will be contacting you about getting your signature and such.
Right, getting it on the checks then.
Correct. Yep.
All right. Okay, move on to Joanne. You're gonna give us an update on the financial and ridership?
Yes, yes. Thank you, Mary.
Go for
So if you want to check the financial update, what we've got here is a municipal grant program. We haven't gotten all the applications, so we have a anticipated income of $212,190. I have contacted Naugatuck and Prospect, the offices, and I also copied members of the Greater Waterbury Transit District Board on emails to them. I guess our next order will be to actually visit the offices perhaps tomorrow and Friday to find out if we could get that paperwork together. It's really important because that's a big source of revenue for the Greater Waterbury Transit District.
That's the Dial-A-Ride program.
And I apologize. Thank you, Trish, the Dial-A-Ride program. And as far as expensive, to date for this fiscal year, Northeast Transportation, $97,330. What we have paid this particular quarter is liability insurance, and what's happening right now by the King Associates, I believe, Trish, is the audit. Yes. So the audit, we anticipate it's happening right now, and we anticipate not more than $2,000 for that audit. So we're in, so far we're okay, but we really do need to get that municipal grant program money. So we're staff at NVCOG is going to be getting a little bit more serious about contacting the towns Naugatuck and Prospect. Does anyone have any questions on the financial update at this point?
Hey, Joanne, did you hear back from Mayor Hess about that?
I did not, but
Okay.
if you do you have an in with Mayor Hess that you could speak to him about it?
I can see, yeah, I can send an email and
Okay.
just kind of see what he's thinking.
Any gentle nudge would help.
Sure.
But we do have an NVCOG board meeting on Friday, and he usually does attend. So hopefully we'll get a chance to see him then. If not, I'll just do some good old fashioned walking into the town offices. So it's not that far. So why not? Anyone else have any questions with the financial update?
No.
Okay. All right, I'm just going to move over into the ridership update. So far, Dial-A-Ride numbers and non-ADA ridership, it's pretty on target as last year. So our ridership hasn't changed too much. So hopefully the funding should last for the rest of the fiscal year. Does anyone have questions on the ridership at this moment?
No.
Okay, then the administrative items are done, Mary.
Okay, I take it Maria's not here for a update for the Northeast Transportation update. So we'll bounce on to number 5. Discussion on the transportation guide.
Yes, if I could just intervene,
Sure.
Tayo is the one who actually put that together, but our transportation director, Rich Donovan, is going to speak to that agenda item.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do want to, first I want to thank everybody for letting me speak today. And I want to give a lot of credit to Tayo, who did a significant amount of work, including hand drawing the cover for this and gathering all the information, putting everything together. So I believe the transportation guide for the Naugatuck-Valley region was presented at the September board meeting as a draft. That draft has now been finalized and adopted. And so we're excited to begin distribution of that document. The Naugatuck-Valley region is especially complex. We have many transit operators of all different modes that interface with parts of our region. And there hasn't been one single source of information about them all in one place. And so starting back in the spring of this year, Tayo began working on this transportation guide, which sought to just put everything together, help to simplify the process if you're in one place and want to get to somewhere else, figuring out how to do so. And so the first step was the actual paper, the written guide that we showed you in September. Now that that's finished, we actually are in the process right now of finalizing a contract to get a bunch of copies of that printed. And those printed copies will be distributed out to town and city halls across the region. We're hoping to get them into libraries in all 19 of our member towns. If they're interested, we would like to distribute to senior centers, to school districts, maybe to some adult education programs, anywhere that would like to have a copy available. We would like to make one available. And so certainly for all of you, any assistance you can provide helping us get these copies to where they need to be, and in front of riders of public transit within our region would be greatly appreciated. We'll have copies available here in our office if anybody would like to come down and pick one up, as well as we can bring them out into the communities as requested. So we're excited to have this first piece of this done. This is the paper version. The next item we're going to be working on with it is translating it all into a story map on the NVCOG website. So something that'll be a bit more interactive, hopefully something that will help, again, answer some of those questions about how do you connect between the different services across our region that don't necessarily, work well together. And so all of this is the beginning of an effort to try and simplify public transit across the 19-town NVCOG region. But we're happy to answer any questions. Again, we would love any assistance we can get in getting paper copies of this document out into the in front of the right audience. And we look forward to continuing to update this in future years.
I have a quick question. Will this also be available to as a link that we can be putting on our town websites?
Absolutely. Yes. So you can find it right now. It is on the NVCOG website. I'll put a link to it here in the chat. But if you go to nvcogct.gov under transportation, under current projects and transportation, it is listed as Transportation Guide to the NV region.
Perfect. Yeah, because we can put that right on for our senior bus.
Fantastic. Yeah, and thank you for pointing that out. There is, of course, a digital copy of the paper guide that we would also love to see be widely distributed on town and public service websites.
Yeah, if you send us, we can get the link. Then I can give it to my Jeannie. She's my dial-a-ride lady. I can make sure she has that available.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Does anybody have any other questions for Richard?
Richard, do you yet know when you're targeting to start distributing the paper copies of these?
So we are requesting approval for the cost to get them printed from ConnDOT today. And so we're hoping it won't take much more than a week or so to have them printed, which would get them here to our office right around the worst time of the year to start trying to distribute something. Really, I think we're targeting the very beginning of January to get paper copies out.
Good.
Actually approached the Naugatuck library about this project, just kind of get their feedback because, they were going to get a copy and, I'm still learning how transportation is organized out here, but, at least what I'm used to is the libraries are kind of on the front lines for helping people navigate public transit, and they were very interested in this project. And they actually wanted to connect me with the ESL program at the Naugatuck High School. So I'm probably going to be meeting with them sometime in the next couple weeks. So yeah, if you can just keep us updated when these copies are available. I know there's a lot of interest, at least here in Naugatuck, for it.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll send a message out to the full board once we have them and can begin distributing them. The other piece, if you are working with somebody like like the town library who would like to sit down and discuss it, to help serve as a resource for patrons of the library or whatever the organization may be, we're more than happy to go, set up time to go sit down and go through it with them.
Excellent. Yeah, because one of the pieces of feedback they had is maybe like a one pager that Brent's desk can just have on hand, that if someone comes in and starts asking about the bus or asking about dialer, I just kind of a single source like that. So yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop on that.
Great, thank you.
So hi, Richard.
Any
This is
questions?
yes. Hi, this is Karen. Richard, so you are the contact for the distribution of the paper copies?
Either myself or Tayo, and I'll put both of our emails into the chat here as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And if I could just interject, if you do have a digital version, a PDF digital version of the agenda, there is, if you click on Transportation Guide 2023, it should take you there.
Okay.
But in a follow-up email, I'll have all that information as well for you guys tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
And I just put both of our email addresses here in the chat. Either or both of us are more than happy to discuss further or help in any way we can. Of course, our goal is to get this in front of the biggest audience possible.
Anyone else have anything for Richard?
Well, thank you all. Again, I appreciate the time today and certainly appreciate your feedback and assistance with this. It's something that we care a lot about, and so we appreciate the involvement and engagement on it.
Thank you for your help. Do appreciate it. Okay, we'll move on to discussion of Waterbury Senior Center outreach.
Yes, thank you, Mary. So on November 6th, the Naugatuck Council of Governments, we did a presentation to the membership at the Waterbury Senior Center, talking about our transportation projects, the trails, Naugatuck River Greenway, the Platt Park, most recent trail section in Waterbury. But also we were talking about the Greater Waterbury Transit District. And again, I need to give credit to Tayo. Tayo was the one that actually did the presentations. But we also had members of the Greater Waterbury Transit District Board. David, I believe you were there.
Yep.
Karen Harvey was there, and Betty Bayek. I hope I'm not missing anybody else. But we also had NEC, Maria Veccarelli was there, and also Meg Hafner from the Kennedy Collective. Meg did also a presentation about the Kennedy Collective services, transportation services, and education services. So, it was, as far as I understand, I was not at the meeting. However, Tayo was there, and to my understanding, there was a good turnout. There was a lot of great questions, and some of the comments that were at that meeting, I put it together in a short summary document that was included in your meeting packet. And just to kind of break it down, 6 comments that were specifically about the Greater Waterbury Transit District. 3 of them were regarding scheduling the service, actually making the call and applying for that service. 1 was about delays. 1 was about the inter-district transportation, a little bit about why we have this transportation guide that we just spoke about. And 1 question was about cost. But I also wanted to turn over the floor with Mary's permission to some of the people who were at that meeting. David and Karen, would you like to share what your thoughts were about what you heard as far as comments and discussion?
Okay, this is Karen. I'll kind of go first here. I thought it was a really good presentation. There's a lot of information, and but it was really, really good information. There, regarding the questions, there was a question regarding the calls to um, Connecticut Transit and the waiting time. And I'm not sure if we really addressed that. We did address it, excuse me. The response was on Mondays and Tuesdays, there will be some wait, but I think we just need to look at that because I'm not sure how many we were able to sign up, particularly for, the free service. But I was asking around as I was leaving the center, and people thought that it was really a very, very good presentation, but they did say that there was a lot of information. It's a lot of information to receive all at once. But nonetheless, I think we should stay on top of that and go back to address these issues regarding the wait time when they call to reserve the van, how do they reserve the van, etc., and see if we can increase membership. So that's my take on it.
Right. Right.
Yeah, kind of to mirror what Karen said, I thought it was a great presentation. I've, sat in on a number of presentations like that, and each of the presenters was really engaged with, members of the audience with like eye contact and, making it more of a conversation rather than a presentation, if that makes sense. Tayo did an incredible job. He was answering all kinds of questions that day out of left field and things like that, and he really handled it well. I agree with Karen that I think, and again, I don't know what the COGS, resources are for that, but, follow-up, some sort of follow-up. There's a really great turnout for an event like that. There's a lot of people in that room, and just chatting with some of the people I was sitting around, they were there, but, they were going to pass information to their friends. And, it really seemed like a good opportunity to engage with a large group of people. And so, maybe having some sort of follow-up on like, how do you dial a ride? And it was great having Maria there because, it sounds like she works with dispatch for NET. And so, someone had a question about like hold times on Tuesdays, and she's like, well, I set that schedule and let me tell you a little bit about it. And so having her there to be able to clarify, what people, because someone makes one phone call and they get an impression, and whether that impression is, relative to what, that situation always looks like, it's hard to tell. But having her there to provide that clarity was great. And, be able to just talk with the clients about navigating it. I was pulled aside from a lady who was interested in the district transportation, which is always, it's always a hassle to try and deal with. And, I was able to, kind of get her in contact with hopefully Meg, and then, Maria, well, to kind of answer those questions, just something as simple as I'm trying to get to the hospital. How do I do it? And so having those resources is great. But yeah, I was very impressed. I thought it was a good meeting. It's really beneficial for the people, that were there. I would love to hear some sort of feedback from the seniors who participated. What
Right.
did they pull from it? And, what can be done on the transit district level to, kind of build off of people's impressions? So was there something that, individuals wanted more information on? Was there stuff that, while interesting, it wasn't really a takeaway from the people who were sitting in on the meeting? Yeah, that's my impression. It was great. I enjoyed going. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you, David.
If I could, this is Myra from the Waterbury Senior Center. So I just want to
Yes.
thank everyone for coming out to our center and presenting to our membership. And David, I think you bring up a really good point. I think it would be really beneficial to compile some kind of survey so that we can kind of take a look at it on a macro level, just to see what are our needs of our seniors, what kinds of questions do they have, what kinds of things do we maybe need to get back out into the community and educate our folks on. And I also kind of just want to say that we're just one of the many senior centers in Waterbury. And I think in Waterbury in particular, I know we have a lot of different towns on this call, but our Waterbury seniors tend to be some of our most vulnerable financially and whatnot. So I think that there may be some room for us to hold similar presentations at some of our other sites, like the Hispanic Coalition, Mount Olive, Grace Baptist, Willow Plaza, Mount Carmel. There's many other groups, so much more work to be done. But again, thank you so much for everyone who's on this call or not on this call that came out to us. Our seniors really did benefit from it greatly.
Yeah, and thank you, Mira. It was great. I know that we worked very well together with you and your staff to put this event together. So thank you so much.
Anyone else have any comments?
If I may just, I'm sorry, if I may just follow up, this is Karen. I think I mentioned previously that there is a need. I was hoping we could have some sort of presentation at the Mount Olive Senior Center. But I think that just to echo again that we need to do that. There are in Waterbury, the different senior centers. We had something collaboratively with the Hispanic community, Mount Olive and the Hispanic community. And, our seniors can benefit so much from that, particularly with Dollar Ride. In order to get to the senior center, for example, at Mount Olive, they did a carpool. And it was interesting watching it to arrive there. And I had hoped that we could have had maybe some type of van or something of that nature to assist with that. But anyway, I think there is definitely a need to follow up on this presentation and to make sure that our seniors are, using the service because it is a great service, and to, to assist them with their transportation needs.
Thank you, Karen.
Sure.
Okay, open discussion. Is there anything else anyone would like to discuss? I guess we can put that under open discussion. Maybe we can follow up on that. Anyone else?
Okay. I'll wait. I have some comments on the transition from the old senior shuttle to the new, so I'll wait and let someone else talk.
Karen, it seems like it's you.
I guess it's me, huh? Okay. All right, I'll be quick about this. Just wanted to talk about the transition. I believe it occurred in October. I'm looking at my notes here. From Curtin, and this is in Waterbury, Curtin to Ambassador. And I must say, because I use the service, full disclosure here, I use the service. I'm hearing, these are the responses that I receive. Customer service is great. They love the customer service. And this is from the seniors that I spoke with, not only from the Hispanic community, but also from the Mount Olive Center. Let's see, they said that they're very, very pleased with the customer service portion of it. They're very pleased with the update of the equipment that is being used by Ambassador. They said the drivers are great, but there are still issues involving accessibility. They have new vans, but the vans are very difficult to get into. We're talking about seniors. We're talking about some seniors that have disability issues, etc. And, one side of the van, for example, in the newer van, it's not great to get into, but the other side, it's a little bit more accessible. And they are still working off of picking the seniors up as a group. So you have to, you call and ask for a pickup at 9:30, and it's a group pickup. Again, it's somewhat difficult for some seniors to get into these vans.
Karen, is anybody else? Karen, hold on a sec. Is anybody else having problems hearing her?
Yes, I can't hear
you
her.
can't hear me? I'm sorry.
You're breaking up a lot.
You're
Karen.
breaking up.
Sorry about that. Okay. How's this?
There you go.
Better?
Yes.
Okay. So just to repeat, there were regarding customer service, pleased with customer service, pleased with the drivers. If I start breaking up, let me know.
You
I
are,
still can't hear you.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot. Okay.
you're breaking up a lot.
Sorry about that. But anyway, what I'll do is put this in, if I can share this written, can I
Yeah,
do that?
Yeah, you can, you know what, you can bullet point it and send it to Joanne. She can forward it out to us.
Yes, please,
All
Karen,
right,
please do.
And if
Will
I
do.
could,
Okay.
just because we're having trouble hearing you, Karen, I was going to suggest,
Yes.
have you been in touch with Nancy Allen or Chris Bendiki from the community development who oversee senior shuttle?
Okay, so the director of the Mount Olive Center has had trouble reaching them. No, I'm serious. I see people shake their head. My response is no. What I plan to do is talk to our new mayor, Paul Perneruzzi, all right, who is interested. So that's my plan.
Okay. Yeah, if you are interested, if you want to contact me after the meeting, I can share with you both their phone numbers and their email addresses, because I think it'd be really, this is really valuable feedback that I
Yes.
think they need to hear. I can't speak to Benita's process of getting a hold of them, but if you'd like, I have actually found exactly the opposite. They've been
Yeah.
very responsive, both on emails and calls. So I'm not sure to which method she was using to contact them. I could share their information, Karen, because as far as with us, again, they've been very receptive. They even came out to the senior center to do a Q&A session about the changeover. So maybe, when you get them on the phone or email, they would be willing to do the same for Mount Olive. I know that's
Well,
something
I
that we're
think,
looking to do.
yeah, and I think that's the initial issue is that it's being paid at the senior center on Main Street, East Main Street versus what's going on at the senior center.
I'm so
And
sorry,
I see
Karen.
somebody shaking.
I can't hear you, but if you want, I'm gonna put my phone number in the chat. If you have any time today, please reach out to me, because I don't want to miss anything you're saying, but I'm so sorry. I don't know if it's my connection or yours, but I can't hear
I
you.
don't know. It may be. I will call you after this meeting.
Oh, it's everybody.
Yeah,
Sorry
Okay.
about that.
that's okay. Sorry about the breakup there. Okay, all right, so at this point, I guess I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Second that.
All right,
Joanne Capoletti.
Joanne, is that all in favor?
I
Bye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, meeting's adjourned.
If I could just hear, who was the first on that
I made the
motion?
motion.
Mary,
Joanne Capoletti.
and Joanne was second. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Happy holidays, everyone.
yes, have Merry Christmas, Happy
Have
New
a good
Year.
Merry
holidays.
Christmas.
All right,
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you all.
take care, everyone.